Oh, it was like a
All
little.
right, all right.
Oh,
How is everybody?
Doing well. Doing well.
I got I got to turn my sound down, huh?
I see
Hello
that.
there.
It's like a show and a show.
A show and a show. A show of shows.
This is.
All right. Welcome everybody. Lauren, John, Carl.
Yeah.
I got Sue in the background. She's in one of those moods. So you can expect her to shout out a few things.
There you go.
So
Oh,
Yeah. You got the
But,
best team in baseball come with us here now.
what's that?
Got the best team in baseball with us.
We're back to the best team. Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Eight game lead. Nice to see.
Yeah. Playing some really strong baseball, offense, defense. I guess we can jump right into it, but I'd rather hold off for a couple of minutes so you can get us updated on the fantasy, and then we can piggyback right into Phillies baseball from that. How's that?
Sounds good. Sounds
All right.
good. We got unfortunately the leaderboard's not changing too much at the top. Of course, Jen's running away with it, but we did have a little bit of shaking and moving going on. Tony jumped up there to number 2, which was a big jump for him, and another follower here, Scotty Black. He's jumped up a little bit as well, and he's been talking a little bit of garbage here.
Is he a chirper?
Oh yeah, he's a chirper because he jumped ahead of you, and he jumped like last week. He jumped ahead of you, and then he jumped ahead of me this week. So yeah, he's a little bit of a chirper, which is all good because that's what this is all about.
All right.
We have some fun with it. So we'll give him his credit right now, but just let him remember it's week 10, so it's not the final week of the year where it all matters. So
all right,
he can do his chirping now all he wants. But yeah, no, it's been a good year. We unfortunately we had a few more injuries this past week, so we've been scattering around getting replacements for everybody, and so it's been everybody's been taking care of their business on their end, so it seems to be working pretty well with everything, and everybody seems to have fun with it, so it's good. We got a few hot players. Right at the moment.
John, not to interrupt you, but speaking of chirping, how are things at home with Jen and her boys? With her being on the leaderboard, what's that kind of like?
That's all we hear is when are you going to update the scores? When are you doing this? Am I still winning? Yes, you're still winning. It's tough. It's tough, but again,
I think maybe we should have her on next week.
I think she'll be away still, won't you, John?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
She'll be away.
All right. Well, if she still holds down the lead, the next opportunity, we need to have her on.
All right. We'll have to do that.
That will be quite the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
Are the boys on? Do the boys watch the show?
They do.
Or Kyle? Well, maybe they could pass it on. I don't know if Jen follows the show or not, but
yeah. Well, she had to get her neck readjusted. She heard it at work today, so she's went and got a little bit of a massage before the flight tomorrow.
Maybe you could stop at the medical store and get her one of those neck braces to wear.
She has. We got like 12 of them.
Why does one need 12 of them?
Well, you just never know how it's going to work. It's just it's just one of those things. You got to always be prepared.
Wow.
Sometimes it's a Boy Scout. Well, it's the Girl Scouts with Jen. So it's it's
all right.
You just never know when you may need one. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Carry on, mate.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, we had a few hot players this past month that's been carrying a lot of these players or the viewers there at the top of the lineup there. Aaron Judge, for one, he's been going crazy. Juan Soto is another one, and both of them being there with the Yankees. It's kind of you see the two of them taking off. And Bryce Harper, of course, for the Phillies, Player of the Month in May, which was nice to see for the very first time that he's Player of the Month for the Phillies. Corey Seager and was getting red hot. Gunnar Henderson, any relation to you guys?
I don't believe so, but I wish he was.
Right. Exactly. He's staying red hot as well. And Jose Ramirez, he's Mr. Consistency. He's always, up there, home runs and RBIs every year. So those are your top players there for right now, this past month.
Joe Stinger said he's got his whole team is replacement players.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of teams with a lot of replacements, which is good though in a way, because then you can make up for some of your mistakes that you may have made, or guys that had slower starts, you get to replace them. So,
all right.
It's all fun.
All right,
and you can ride it out because some of those replacements have taken off and helped the teams move up the ladder board.
All right. Well, you do a great job keeping everybody up to date with injuries and being able to sub out a guy if he went on the DL and all that stuff. So good job by you. And I assume this Google, what do we call it?
Spreadsheet. The Google spreadsheet. The Google spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, the Google spreadsheet is working out okay.
Oh, it's working good. It's working really good.
All right, good to hear.
Saving my fingers from a lot of calculations.
All right, good to hear.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we might try something like this with the football this year as well. So we only have the same kind of concept with you're picking your team one time.
All right.
And instead of doing it every week and everybody getting annoyed having to hear me get your lineups in. So we'll just have to get your replacements in.
All right. Well,
and now that I know how to do the Google Docs, it's not too bad. I can get all the formulas out.
Good job. Good job. Are you taking your spreadsheets with you to London?
Of course. it's with my computer will be coming with me. You never know.
Good.
You never know.
Very
And plus, coming home on Tuesday, it's going to be a long flight. You're going to have to do something.
All right.
So.
Okay.
Everybody's going to want their updates, especially Jen.
So. All right. Well, let's kind of move back in the direction where we were, and the Red Hot Phillies, the red hot Phillies.
Yes, they are.
I guess every time I have conversation with just about anybody, I can't find a person that can tell me that they predicted this.
This no. I mean, we expected them to be a good team. To be out to this big of a lead. After today's win, the Braves lost earlier today. They got an 8-game lead now in a division. I think that's probably tied with the highest lead difference in a division.
Okay.
Well,
I guess it all kind of falls into play with, at the beginning of the season, people were picking 90, 91, 92 wins, right?
Right. And that's just because that's what they've been falling into every year, right? And never got off to a hot start.
Right. And, with this kind of start, even with the injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, you're down, basically 2 starters, with Trey Turner and now, Brandon Marsh. I mean, we can call him a starter, even though he's not a full-time starter. He's out there pretty much all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Should be more out there as well.
Well, we talked about that a lot as well. But yeah, I mean, with the injuries, and the pitching, I don't know that the pitching staff, both the starters and the relievers, they're getting enough credit.
No, it's true. It's true. When when our fifth starter is Taiwan Walker, and he struggles a little bit. Don't get me wrong, he's not, always right there, but I'll take that. Get in the fifth, sixth inning, giving up 3-4 runs. For your fifth starter with this lineup, you should be able to.
Well,
keep in games.
What's really funny, you look across the other dugout. They're in first place, or they were before they came to Philly.
Right.
First place team, and they don't even have a starting staff.
Right. Exactly.
They're projected to have more bullpen games this year than anybody in Major League history.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They called up another, I think that kid was at AAA, and he had an 8 ERA. How bad is their pitching?
Yeah, they got rid of a couple of their starters over the offseason and, tried to go a little bit more offensive. And
I guess the big gun was letting Corbin go, right?
Right, Corbin, and then Corbin Burns, and who's the other one? I think the other one's hurt. Their other big pitcher that they had, but yeah, it's crazy. You had two guys. Since what was it, 1960, with Sanford was pitched. The last pitcher, Jack Sanford,
former Philly,
pitcher,
right?
Yeah, was the last pitcher to start back-to-back games in the series, and it's crazy that of course he only pitched a little bit, but it's just crazy how baseball's going in some areas, and it's been nice to see the Phillies are kind of. I want to hope and think that they're kind of going away from that a little bit. I don't know if you see it as much, this year. It seems like there's a different plan a little bit in some aspects.
It almost, they've learned by their mistakes, maybe.
Yeah, that could be.
And they want to. Hey, let's face it. When we're just in early June and it's just now hitting season, right? But
yeah,
they seem to go in waves. They're very streaky, but I think that's just about every team, every Major League Baseball player goes through these streaks. Look at Nick right now. You know what I mean? By default, they move him into the second hole. He hits a 2-run homer today after the game winner last night. So, I think Rob's doing a good job riding the hot hand.
Right. No, exactly. And he's letting the pitchers go a little longer this year too.
Right.
Starting staff.
Yep.
Which is what we've been complaining about all along. Not seeing that team for the third time, and which is nice to see, and it's paying off as well.
Yep. Hey, I know Anthony's not with us tonight because he's got a big homestand. But has there been any talk in Reading about Reese coming back to Philly? I know Nelly was a big friend of Reese. Did anybody reach out to him or anything while he was in town?
No, I don't think so. I spoke a little bit with Greg Pomian last night, who was in charge of kind of the general area where the players would go back and forth. And I think he developed a pretty nice relationship with Reese and Jamie while he was in Reading. And so Greg was down there Monday for the game, and I guess was pretty close to where the Brewers were, and was able to make eye contact with Reese. And I think he gave him a thumbs up, and he posted a photo of that. And then he caught up with Jamie later on. So, but no, I haven't really heard a whole lot. So I don't really know. Nelly's probably, like you mentioned, the only one that's there that would have been super close with Reese, but I don't know what that relationship looks like for the two of them. So
Gotcha.
I hadn't heard anything. But just like any Phillies fan, I'm sure they were excited for him to be back.
Oh, absolutely. Because they love their, our Phil's alumni, especially when they're doing well. Who wouldn't, right?
Absolutely.
There's a bunch of them now. John and I have been critical over the years, about the Phillies developing their young players and bringing them along. And I think we're finally seeing the fruit on the tree, right, John?
Oh yeah, absolutely. With Preston Mattingly, coming up, taking over, things have really gone in a different direction ever since Dave Dombrowski's taken over,
Right.
And with Preston Mattingly, it's definitely coming a long way. And,
for sure.
Between drafting and also just developing the players that are there that we may not have seen in future in past years. The way it was going, and it's great to see. It was this weekend was the perfect, or this past couple of days have been the perfect storm. With Reese was able to play well, and the Phillies won all 3 games. So
it was a great homecoming for him. It couldn't have fallen into any better, scenario than the Phillies winning 3.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I saw again today. He got a standing ovation his first at bat. And I think the city stood tall, in welcoming back, one of their, former Philly. The question that I have for you, down the road, and this is down the road, is he a Wall of Famer? Does he get on the Phillies Wall of Fame? You're probably the wrong one to ask.
I'm definitely the wrong one to ask. Well, I'll let Lauren answer this first.
Lauren, you want to take a shot at it? I mean, I saw the list. I think it was last night after the game. I think he's 5th on the list for Phillies that have hit the most home runs at Citizens Bank.
Yeah.
Maybe. Sure. I think I've seen them put other questionable people in that I would say rank lower than Reese.
Well, Mike Lieberthal's going in this year, right?
Yeah. I mean, if it's built on sort of like fandom and being a fan favorite, yeah, I don't see why not.
I have that right, don't I, John? Mike Lieberthal?
No, I thought Mike was already in.
Who's going in?
I haven't seen actually, so I thought you were breaking some news. I didn't see.
No, I don't know where I got that from. Then I must have dreamt that.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I haven't heard the announcement for it. I mean, it's coming up the middle of August there.
That's odd that they haven't announced someone yet, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is.
Doesn't that all happen in August?
Yeah, well, you guys are going. I think August 18th was it? I think we were just talking about the other day. That Sunday night or Sunday afternoon game. Yeah, you would think they would have it already announced by now. I haven't heard anything personally.
Okay, all right. Well,
but yeah,
I hope I didn't mess anything up for the Phillies. That's for sure.
No, but I mean, it's
that they somehow told you, and now you've broken the news here.
I don't know.
We got connections, so it could always happen. You just never know.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a tough one for Reese. I mean, definitely is a fan favorite, absolutely. And it's not. And I guess I was a little hesitant just because they didn't win the championship, but there's other guys that are on there that haven't won the championship either. So, yeah, I think him and Middleton have a very tight relationship. So, that could lead to something down the line.
Joe Stinger brings up another good point. Maybe he makes his way back here at some point.
That's my hopes. You're going to be losing Castellanos or Schwarber, eventually. And so maybe that opens up the spot for DH for Reese to come back. He only signed a short deal there in Milwaukee.
2-year deal, right?
Right. Which, kind of coincides where it could open up things for, him to come back if that's the case.
All right.
And like I said, I mean, he's playing well. He's got 10 home runs right now. He just had a little bit of an injury that he came back from. I think it was a hamstring. And now he's adding stolen bases to his arsenal. So I mean,
yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
So it's a good thing to see. And he's like I said, him and Jamie. I don't know who's more of a fan favorite, but since she bought all the beers for them, but for the fans. But they were Philadelphia. They took it in.
Yeah.
They when they got here, and they were here during the tough times, and then through the good times. And it's a shame that he's not here for this year. I think he probably saw watching the games this past couple of days that there is something special here with this team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For
sure. You wonder what was going through his head watching the Phillies play for 3 games like that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And it's got to be tough for him, because you kind of saw that a little bit during the playoff run last year. He kind of knew, when he threw out the first pitch, watching the guys celebrate. Him and Nick Castellanos were off to the side, and he wanted to celebrate, but he wasn't fully a part of it at that time. So
right,
it was kind of. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, so they're traveling. I would assume they're traveling tonight.
Yes,
there was talk. Tonight. I guess there was talk they're going to be off tomorrow so that they can go do whatever they want to do.
Right, a little bit of sightseeing.
Yep, and then Fridays, I guess the media day and everything that comes along with all that fanfare.
Yeah. Yep, that they have the workout on Monday or Friday as well, and then the games on Saturday, Sunday, and then again have a day off on Monday. So it's nice nice to have a couple of days off here.
Let's not jump to Monday quite yet, because Saturday they're playing what is it, a 1:00 game, I believe, in the afternoon.
1:00 here, yeah, 6:00 in London.
So that'll keep plenty of the locals happy here in Philly that aren't traveling over. And then you've got an early game on Sunday, so that brings out the kegs and eggs.
Yeah,
for Sunday morning.
10:00 here. That's gonna be interesting to see.
Yep.
How you're gonna wake up and it's basically when a normal Sunday game starts, the game's gonna be over.
I know our friends at Hanrahan's are opening up at 9 a.m. on Sunday for some early
activities,
beverages.
I thought the game on Sunday wasn't until like 3.
It's 3:00 there, which is 10:00 here.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, got it.
Yep. So
yeah, it's 3:00 out there, and then 6:00 out there, which is
got it.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right. Well, we've talked Phillies, and I'm sure we'll be talking a whole lot more Phillies because it's all going to come full circle with you traveling to London, John. Maybe you can break down your plans a little bit for us because we're excited for you. I know you're excited, but we're all excited for you because we want to be in your shoes. So.
Well, thanks.
I see you got a lanyard around your neck. I mean,
they're press passes.
They're press passes. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. Press passes, for us to go out there. Well, and plus it's for our new microphones. It helps hold the wireless microphone. So hopefully I'm sounding a little bit better tonight than normal. I don't know if anybody can tell. So. Yeah, just trying
better. You're looking better. You got new glasses. I mean, you're ready. You're ready to go.
I don't think London is ready for this new Johnny.
No, probably not. Probably not. So we'll see. We'll try to have a lot of fun. We're going to we're flying out tomorrow night. Flying late tomorrow night. So hopefully we can sleep. And then wake up early in the morning out over there. I think we get in around 8:30, 9 o'clock their time on Friday morning. And then that'll probably be the toughest day, I guess, just trying to get your legs back under you and trying to move around a little bit. But
right.
Hopefully we'll get a little excited and be able to push through it and do the. I don't know what they're calling it, the home run derby. I don't know if it's a celebrity home run derby or what they're calling it.
Now, when is that Friday night?
It's sometime Friday, so I'm hoping I'm going to be there at time. I don't know the exact time for that.
Yep. And we got what? We got Chase Utley up against
Howard Johnson.
Howard Johnson, and then there's a couple of celebrity actors, right?
The actors there, yes. Two actors in a movie that's over. I guess I'm assuming that's over there, and they're going to each be on one of the teams to partner up with Chase Utley and Howard Johnson. So
gotcha.
So hopefully, going to get there and do that, and we'll be videoing that so we can have that showed here on this Fans View page. So we'll have to catch up on that and. Make sure you're following us this next weekend because it'll be hopefully a lot more things going on. And then Saturday gonna get up and our plans changed a little bit today because we were supposed to do we had a private tour of the changing of the guards on Monday, but
well they heard you were coming.
They heard I was coming exactly, and they knew I was going to try to mess with the guards a little bit and so they canceled it on they canceled that on for Monday. So
we don't have. Nice.
Yeah, so we don't have. I think they're a little bit afraid of the Philly fans coming over, to be honest. But so that was canceled. But we were able to do our tour, or not a private tour, but with just a regular viewing of the changing the guards on Saturday morning, and then so that from there we'll head over and. Go to their fan fest, I guess is what they're calling it, type of thing, where all the interactive games and stuff for the baseball and then before the gates open, I think the gates open at 3 on Saturday, so we'll get over there and hopefully be able to do a few of the interviews that we have lined up if the players have the availability to be able to do it. We'll get a couple interviews with some of the players and. Hopefully a couple other higher ups. Hopefully run into John Middleton and have another conversation with him as well. Since he kind of listens to us a lot, I do know
definitely.
That. So I don't know. Just Gabe Kapler got fired after I talked to him, and Matt Klintak got fired after we talked to him. So there's just.
Wow.
Just, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but it happened. So we're throwing it out there. Okay. And then Sunday we're going to get up again, and we're going to have at the tailgate at Passyunk Avenue Bar, which is a Phillies event that's there. It's a Phillies bar, a Philadelphia bar. So it's kind of bringing a little bit of Philadelphia over to London, and I'm sure that's going to be crazy because they're closing down the street over there in front of the bar.
Nice.
And so yeah, that'll be fun. We're going to have again, hopefully, have a couple interviews there as well with a couple of the people that are appearing at that event, and then head over to the game from there and watch the games and watch the Phillies. Take down a couple of Mets games.
Nice.
Have they announced who the Mets pitchers are, John? Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard that. No. As of right now, it looks like everything's a go for Ranger Suarez for Saturday. He's looking healthy enough that he's going to be able to, unless he has a setback, be able to pitch Saturday. And then we're going to have Taijuan Walker on Sunday.
Gotcha.
Which will be fun. I'm looking forward to the mascot races, so we'll see the Fanatic have another victory there against Mr. Met. So the lower center of gravity, I think, is going to help the Fanatic versus the higher center of gravity with the Mr. Met. His head's a little bit too big. So
I knew analytics would work its way in somewhere.
Of course, you got to, right? So yeah, I think that'll be fun, and plus, who else is better for the Fanatic to talk to than Trey Turner or Johan Rojas and then train on the rocky steps. So, you know, it works out. So Mr. Met has no chance.
No shot. No shot.
Wow.
So yeah, it'll be fun.
Nice.
And then yeah, Monday, if I'm still alive, we're gonna have a tour around England and London area there on the bus, the double-decker bus. So that'll be interesting. So hop on and hop off bus that they call it. Takes you around the whole area in 6 to 8 hours. I guess they tell you it takes.
Wow.
That's a long tour, Johnny.
I know. That's why I said if I'm still alive.
I got to go back to I got questions.
Yeah.
And I got to go back to you boarding the airplane because you drink a lot of water.
Yes.
Are you going to have a case of water on your shoulder?
Well, I thought you were going to ask about the bathroom situation. I was going to say they have restrooms on the plane.
Oh, yeah. No. Johnny drinks a lot of water. You ever seen the trash can at the store?
It can float the trash can because with all the bottles of water in there.
He drinks a lot of water. God bless him, because he's never going to be dehydrated. But I just don't know. If you're going to get enough water, on the 6-hour flight.
Well,
to keep you satisfied.
Is that all it is, John? Is a 6-hour flight?
That's what it's about. 5.5, 6 hours. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know why I thought it was much longer than that.
I was thinking the same thing, but that's what everybody
keeps telling Johnny.
Well, thank you. That's what everybody keeps telling me. So unless they're lying to me just to make it so that I'm not going crazy being 8 or 9 hour flight. But
right.
I think it's a 5.5, 6 hour flight supposedly.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, they sell water at the airport.
Oh yeah. Well, it's
you'll get a little cup on the plane for free.
Oh yeah, well we're taken care of. My sister stepped up and spoiled us, so we're.
Oh, is that the class and a half?
The class and a half, yeah. We're not in first. We're in like the class 1.5 class.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't have the bed that we're laying in, but that's okay. We got all the other amenities. So.
Huh.
I think they got like an IV that they can just stick the water going right into my arm. So
wow.
Yeah. I just hope they have the Sprite. Just have Sprite on the rock.
I have to look this up. Class 1.5.
That's what I'm calling. I forget what the exact term is. I think it's like, I don't know if it's business select or I forget the exact terminology for it. But yeah, it's not first class, but it's everything except for the bed of first class.
I think that's what they call it, actually.
Everything but the bed.
Everything but the bed class.
Exactly. So
yeah, definitely.
We get a breakfast, yes, and then a dinner as well. So everybody thinks we're going to be sleeping the whole time. I don't know how we're going to sleep this much, but
What airlines are you flying, Johnny?
That's above my pay grade.
Gotcha. All right.
I just show up at the airport and go.
All right.
I'm not 100% sure.
All right.
I don't even know exactly where I'm staying. I think it's a Holiday Inn.
Joe Stinger just Googled it. 7 hours and 36 minutes.
Oh, they lied to me.
They
lied to me. Oh.
It's good. It's good to have Joe Stinger. He just, our former local correspondent to Google these things.
What was your max time in the air, John? 7 hours. That was it.
No, I think I had longer. I think Hawaii was longer.
That's what they were saying last time we talked about this.
Yeah, I believe the Hawaii trip was longer. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind the flights because I do sleep a lot
right.
when it would come to the flight. So, I got 13 pillows I can work with, so I'm good to go.
Did you say 13 pills?
Pillows.
He said 13 pills.
The neck braces, the neck guards.
Yeah, so
I understand. Okay.
I'll have them like on each of my arms, on my neck. I'll have it on my leg. It'll be comfortable. It'll be like I'm sleeping on a bed. So I can
just see this now. This is gonna be like a clown show.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's just one of those things. We just got to actually, Joe, since you're looking stuff up, can you let me know how long we're supposed to be there in advance for the boarding as well? Because I'm told that we have to be there at like noon for 10:30 flight. So
I think it's 3 hours for international, 2 hours for domestic.
yeah, I'm hearing like 8.5, 9 hours. We have to be there beforehand. I don't know. I'm
They're
not
definitely messing with you, Johnny.
I'm not sure. Well, I don't know because we're leaving early. So on tomorrow for a 10:30 flight. So
Knowing Kyle, he just wants to get the chickies and Pete's at the airport and eat.
oh, true. That is true. That is true. That's my only saving grace is both of the boys. They're slow as molasses. So that my sister and Jen will want to be there like by noon, but by the time we get out of the house, they don't even wake up until 2:00. So by the time we get to move, we'll have a little bit of time. So.
You guys will get separate Uber cars, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm Ubering everybody down. So
all right.
So it says here the standard airline recommendation for international travel is to arrive at the airport 3 hours before your scheduled departure.
Oh, well, and they always buffer that so we can get there like 2 hours early. We're good.
No, I probably would stick with the 3 just in case. But yeah, I don't know about like 6 or 7.
I just want to know where you're hiding all the bottled water. That's all. That's my disclaimer.
Well, I got cargo shorts on, so it's good. I got a lot of pockets.
No, I don't think you're getting through security on that one.
Sir.
They're closed, sealed bottles. I'll get through.
No, I don't think that's how it works. Best of luck, Johnny. If anybody can pull it off, it's you.
Well, there you go. Exactly. I'll do my best. We'll get in.
You should have got a note from your doctor that requires you to carry a case of water.
Exactly. It's a lifeline. I got to get in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So
are we getting a John's rants today, or is he's in too good of a mood for that?
You know what? To be honest with you, I think we should give him a pass on that. Unless have you studied? Or are you prepared for something? Or
well, we kind of used a little bit of it, but about the TSA and getting in there, that was part of my rants. But yeah, right. that and another thing. So I had a kind of like a combo thing.
Okay.
But
all right. Well, if you want to take a couple minutes,
let's hear it.
Feel free, maybe grab a water bottle and all
right, we got it. We got it a little bit here. So yeah, that was my thing. Why do we need to be there so early? Because every time we go to the airport, which is not a lot that I go to the airport, but when I've gone to the airport before, they tell you to get there 2 hours before, like you say. I get there early because again, Jen's going to tell me, oh, we got to get there 3 hours, but whatever. I end up getting there about an hour early, probably is what I try to do if I'm traveling by myself, and I have no problems. Like I think it's more if you're looking to have a problem, you're going to have a problem, and it's if that's my logic. I don't know, maybe not, okay. But it's one of those things. If you don't, why? There's no need to the rush to go sit into the airport unless they're telling you that so you can go buy $13 beers or $13 sodas, over at Chicky and Pete's or
$10 water bottles.
Or exactly. And I need like 3 or 4 of them if I'm going to be there for 3 hours. So
and, you got to buy the smart water, so it's going to cost you more.
Right. Exactly. So which is
smarter than you and I.
Exactly. Which is kind of dumb, but I don't know. But anyway, it just doesn't make any sense. So that's part of that. Since we had a little bit, that was the first part, and then the second part is we need the fans to start getting on board with this Phillies team because you're gonna be missing out on a special season this year. Whether they're hitting well or not at times, this series has been a little bit tough. It was more of a playoff type series, and they swept the team out. You played great defense. Pitching's been phenomenal all year long. And you don't want to miss out on a great ride that's going to happen this year because whether or not we win the World Series or not, who knows? That's not until October and November. But we got a fun summer here, a lot more months, 3-4 more months of great baseball, and you don't want to miss out on it because who knows when it's going to happen again.
All right, 2 minutes, pretty much right on the money.
And I need to follow up with that, John, because I mean, I'm a fan. I'm not a fair weather fan. I mean, I bitch slap them when I need to, and I can be angry with them, and I can celebrate with them. But I mean, you're traveling to London to and from, right, to play 2 games,
right.
So you really, in my world, I kind of think that throws you off, your normal routine, right?
Exactly. That's the one thing you're worried about.
And then you got to fly back on Monday, and you've got a 3-game tilt with the Red Sox in Boston, right?
Yeah.
So you got more interleague play there. You never know what you're going to get with Boston. They could be good or bad, just like the Brewers.
Exactly.
Right? And then you're going down to Baltimore for a 3-game series, and they're probably the best young team in all of baseball, no?
They're right there, yeah, exactly. And that's going to be and Baltimore, is a little bit more of a tougher ballpark to hit home runs in. It used to be a little bit easier to hit, kind of like Citizens Bank Park. But now that they moved the field, their fences back in left field, which sometimes, like you said, you're going to have sea legs coming back, so it does have an effect there. I think the only saving grace as far as the 2 games over there, there's a much more dysfunctional team that we're playing over there.
No doubt.
But like you said, though, coming back playing the Red Sox, they just took 2 out of 3 or swept the Braves in Boston this past couple of days. So it's going to be.
I mean, it doesn't get any easier because then from Baltimore you got to get back on the plane and you got to go West Coast.
Right.
You got a series. Oh wait, I'm wrong.
No, they're home.
The Padres come here. My bad.
Right.
My bad. The Padres come here, then the Diamondbacks come here. I got excited because I'm looking forward to that Diamondback series to kick them snakes, in their ass, for revenge from last year. So I mean, none of these games are easy. I mean, did we think we were going to sweep the Brewers? No. You were hoping to win 2 out of 3. You know what I mean? The best ambassador the Phillies have, Milt Thompson, said they need to win 15 games a month. Well, they're averaging 20 games a month.
Right. Exactly.
So, Milt's spot on with that. But they got to continue. I mean, what's the talk on getting Trey Turner back mid-June? Did I hear?
Yeah, mid-June. He's back on. It looks like he's on pace still for that 6-week time frame that was, which will be kind of probably is what the middle of the month will probably be when they're back in Boston or whatever. Probably when they're back. All
right.
If not, then by the time they're back here with the Padres,
you don't have to rush them back because Sosa's been playing solid baseball for them. And you know what? I mean, we talked a little bit about the homegrown talent. How about Boston? How about Bryson Stott? How about the job he's doing? Not just with the bat. How about his defense?
Oh yeah.
How great has he been defensively?
He's definitely taken that next step because when we saw him in Reading, I believe it was for your birthday there, and he wasn't looking so good defensively, in Reading when he was there.
He's liking his shortstop spot, isn't he?
He is, but he like he said himself, he's a second baseman, and he knows he's a second baseman, and Trey. Well, you guys were at the game when he was mic'd up on Sunday, talking about it. That he knows. They asked him about that, and he goes, "Well, Trey's the shortstop. I'm the second baseman." So, which is important because taking that step over is a difference. The ball's coming at you at a different angle and stuff like that. So, and the turn at second base is a little bit different. So
he's doing a hell of a job. Hell of a
oh
job.
yeah, no, he is. He is. And Alec Boehm's playing a lot better. Defensively as well. I'm glad to see Nick Castellanos, turning it around and coming back. And I just hope he gets. I don't know if. I think he just needs to let the fan base in a little bit. Because I think he's got too much pressure on trying to be the guy, I guess, or like Mr. Tough Guy a little bit. And I think
I don't think he enjoys failure. You know what I mean? I think
nobody does.
I think he enjoys what he did last night, what he did today. I mean, I think that's the Nick that you paid $100 million for.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, hey, I don't want to cut Phillies talk short, but we are a Philly sports program. We wanted to talk a little bit about the Eagles. We don't have to waste too much time. We can always come back if we have some extra time, but it's Eagles mandatory OTAs. And I know, John, you look forward to OTAs every year. You're a big OTA guy. And again, I don't think you have anything to bitch, moan, and complain about the Eagles this year, do you?
The only thing is that Nick Sirianni's still here, but other than that, no. It's going to.
You want another 2 minutes?
I mean, other than that, I mean, this team looks to be, in pretty much all as complete as can be. You thought there was going to be a problem with James Bradbury, coming here, and now it looks like he might be playing safety. Or moving his position over there because they're liking what they're seeing out of Quinyon Mitchell so far, and it looks like he's going to have one of the spots locked down. And
it's a long season. They may need him at some point.
Well, exactly. And I think he's professional enough to be able to take that step back to safety, and then be able to, if need be, come back and play corner. For whatever.
But your local weather update, the skies just opened up in Glen Mills. I mean, it is absolutely friggin' pouring.
It's pouring here as well. It's very windy. Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So
get it out now before tomorrow night. I think it's gonna be good. It's everybody's liking the new OC, taking over, and Kellen Moore, and and of course you have Nick Fangio as steady as can be as well. So it seems like at the moment everybody's liking him doing on the defense. So
not that you're heading to Brazil or anywhere close, but I'm curious to see if there's any. Football, I know it's a soccer country, but I'm curious what the football talk will be. Maybe you could bring back a story or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a little bit of talk about that as well with the fans that are going over.
Yeah, maybe grab a couple newspapers so we can break down, what they got going on over there.
Absolutely.
So, Lauren, what do you got on the Birds? You've been following OTAs. You got any?
No. I have to be honest. I don't really follow much when it's not in season. But I had taken a little break from the Kelsey brothers for a little while. Nothing that they did. After a while, I just needed a moment. So I hadn't listened to a lot of New Heights episodes recently. So I was catching up the last couple of days, and so I finally caught the interview with Saquon Barkley. And I liked everything that he sort of had to say. I feel like he's very grounded. So I'm just excited for that addition to the team. I just felt like he had a lot of really great points and a lot of really great things to say, and I think he's just excited to play for a contender. I know he can't say that, but that's kind of the gist of what I got from it. He had some fun Penn State references, so that was cool to hear. But no, I would say as far as the offseason goes, that's the thing I'm most excited for. I might actually buy an Eagles jersey that I haven't done that in quite some time. So I would say that's probably my most exciting thing for the offseason so far.
Good. Back to that Kelsey New Heights podcast for a moment. They seem to put a lot of stock into Travis doing a lot of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole Kansas City team finally went to Washington
Right.
for winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
And, of all people, the president selects Travis to come up.
Sure.
And he had been warned by security that any shenanigans and he was going to get tased. I had to read it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, is that what this? You talk about a clown show. I mean, the president gave him a couple of seconds, and Travis was being Travis, and thanking the American people, and he goes, "I better get out of here."
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I got a question, and this is just something that's been, and John, you may have heard me today in the store. We had a lot of stock in the person that Brian Dawkins was over the years as a player, a person.
Yeah.
Has Jason Kelsey replaced Brian Dawkins here in Philadelphia?
Go ahead, Lauren. You can answer that first.
I think he might be bigger. I think
Really?
he might be bigger only because Jason was playing at a time of social media.
Right.
Brian Dawkins didn't play in a time of an instant real-time updates. You didn't always know everything that was going on. There were no podcasts. There was none of that stuff. So the information is more accessible. He is more accessible. He feels more accessible. But yeah, I would say that, yes, he sort of is the replacement of the new, sort of the favorite Eagle.
We kind of went through a transition period here in Philly. We had Reggie White, right? I mean, he was the guy, while he was here. And,
yeah.
And everybody kind of like, this is Reggie's defense, this is Reggie's team, and then you had the whole, scenario where the owner didn't want to pay him. Dawkins kind of went through the same transition and then made his way back to Philadelphia. And, Dawkins got he brings a lot of energy. But I just see Jason.
Jason feels more relatable. Jason feels like a guy I could go into a dive bar and have a beer with. I don't feel like I could go into a dive bar and have a beer with Brian Dawkins.
Right. Yeah.
So I guess relatability, maybe. I don't know about player. I think they're pretty much the same kind of player. Like, I don't think Jason Kelsey is a better player than Brian Dawkins. I just think personality-wise, Jason is more relatable, and Philadelphia loves relatable athletes.
Well, sure. Yep.
John, like you had said, Lauren, I think the podcast has a lot to do with his popularity.
I mean, yeah, you know Kylie, right. About his kids, yeah.
And plus the other bigger factor, I think, is that he's still here in Philadelphia, and he's around, and he goes everywhere. You see him. What was the name of that car he's got?
The Tesla truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody takes pictures of it. I mean, going down Route 3, they're taking a picture. John saw him this morning coming off of Lawrence Road. I mean, it's just hilarious.
Yeah, he's everywhere with that. It's like the Action News van when you see that thing going around.
We got to get him a sticker. We need to get him a This Fans View sticker.
Exactly.
That's a great way to sort of relate it. I think most guys hide. They have the tinted windows. They don't want you to know it's them. I mean, granted, you can't see into it, so you don't know that it's actually him. But I'm sure there's very few people driving a Tesla truck in Delaware County.
Oh, with 42 bumper stickers on it too. So,
But most guys don't want you to know it's them. They're not going to drive a big flashy vehicle around town. Exactly. And so I think the relatability makes him above Dawkins. And like Jack said, one of them is a World Series champion and one isn't.
Yeah, for sure. One won a Super Bowl, the other didn't. Reggie left to go to Green Bay to win his. But I just how do I properly say this? It's just so great that we've got, just in our little town, right? We've got Jason Kelsey. We've got Brandon Graham. Prior to that, we had Roy Halladay out in Newtown Square. Cole Hamels was out there. What town was that?
Newtown Square.
Newtown Square off of Route 926. It's just so great to see these athletes, like you said, Lauren, that are not hiding. Cole would take the family and go to the movies out there in Newtown Square, and people be waiting on Roy Halladay's front lawn home from Phillies games.
Right.
So, but it's great. It's great for the city, and I just cringe, when we have guys that think, just because they got booed, and Jason talked about it back in 2010
or 11, right?
10 or 11, he said, he goes, I didn't think they were bringing me back the next year.
Right.
I played so bad. So, I bumped into Jason when I was, Joe Stinger, you bump into everybody. You're not the mayor. You're like the governor. Hey, real quick, off season for both the Flyers and the Sixers. And I only bring it up because Thursday night you've got the Dallas Mavericks taking on Boston for the finals, and then you've got Edmonton, and who are they playing? I don't even know. The Florida Panthers. Their series starts on Saturday. You guys hearing anything that I'm not hearing about the Sixers or the Flyers? I know things have been quiet with the Flyers, and I know news broke the other day with Joel Embiid. I don't know where this came from, who broke this story, but the Sixers are thinking about re-upping his contract for another 2 years.
I thought it was 3, but yeah, okay.
2, 3. Does that make any sense?
It doesn't surprise me.
No.
Why
would they do that?
The surprise would be that they actually traded him. That would be the surprise.
It's the right move to trade him, but yeah, like Lauren said, that's the bigger surprise, because
I would be shocked if I ever woke up to an ESPN headline that said that Joel Embiid had been traded. So no, that doesn't surprise me at all, and that just tells me that they're committed to him. So we have to make it work. If we're going to build it around him, we have to make it work if we want to win.
And did you see the numbers with that extension too?
Yeah, like almost another $200 million or something.
Yeah, like 193, 197 $197 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Years. Yeah,
Jack, what are you telling me? Carter Hart Day is coming soon. What I'll bite. What does that mean? I didn't think we would ever see Carter Hart another day in Philadelphia. I'm not sure. I want to get that kid over here from Russia. That's what I want. That changes the whole picture if we can get that kid, here to Philly, a year or two. They have till the 25th to qualify him. That's not happening, right, Jack? There's no way they're going to do that. I can't. Unless you're going to qualify them and then trade them, But anyway.
Yeah, maybe that's what they do. But the Sixers, like we keep talking, you're going to hear a lot of things about them because they need 42 players. But it's crazy that what they need. But you only have draft picks like we were talking about. They're going to have to
But they have a lot of draft picks, John. They got a lot of stock in those draft picks. They got one protected pick that comes from, I believe it's
Golden State or one of the teams out west.
Yeah,
there.
One of the teams out west that's very coveted that a general manager would love to trade for.
Oh yeah, well no, they would, but again, it's just a matter of, what you still need to fill the roster up. You got technically only 2 players.
All right.
So you're gonna have to do a lot of sign and trades and that kind of stuff to get players if you're gonna be creative and and then the other thing too is is next season gonna be even a season that they can do much, right? You got so much of a team that you have to build. Are they going to be cohesive enough to be able to play and win some games, for a long run?
This is an interesting offseason for them for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, you can't have a lot of 1 year deals, I don't think, because otherwise you're back in that same situation again. And too many old guys that are out there on the boards that I don't know that you want to put that kind of money into an older team, So,
all right. I want to just tell you, John, to have a great, safe trip.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you're looking most forward to?
Well, just you're gonna have a good time with the family and family time and with my sister as well, and it should be fun. It'll be interesting to see the different like it's gonna be like a once in a lifetime type of trip that going over and seeing the games over there, and then by the way, there's Phillies games that's over there as well on top of seeing everything else. So
well, being a Phillies fan, you will enjoy it the most.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it'll definitely be fun and kind of pretty much the whole experience, really. It's just a matter of
All right, so we need
Joe
Stinger. Joe Stinger wants a family portrait of the 4 of you on Abbey Road.
We will try that because I think that's part of the Hopper bus. We'll definitely have that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But we might have the 5 with my sister in there. So.
All right.
That's okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's all right.
We'll do something with that, and then
Sue's looking for a picture with you and the king.
Oh, there'll definitely be that.
Wow.
Definitely that.
Wow. Okay.
Whether it's real or not, there'll definitely be a picture of me and the king. Me and the royal guard as well. So.
They really like that type of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll make sure I do that when I get back into the States, so I don't get arrested over there. But,
okay.
But yeah. So. Yeah.
Lauren, anything we may have missed?
Lauren's layups.
Oh, Lauren's layups.
Hello.
Man, I missed a show, and then you were on the road, and you just forget all about me.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't forget about you. We had a lot of good talk about this London trip, and we weren't sure we were going to buzz Johnny for 2 minutes or, you know. So go have it. Go at it. Go.
What is the best sporting event you've been to in person?
I'll go first.
I heard that.
I mean, that's right up there, but
it's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, Johnny?
I'm going to go with Game 5 of the 2008 World Series, Part 1 and 2. That was just because of the uniqueness of it being a two. Only it could happen here in Philadelphia that we'd have to. I know it happened in Boston too, I guess, but Boston had, I think, just between games they had a long delay, but we actually had to have come back and play. What was it, 3 innings? So only here in Philadelphia could something like that happen.
Okay, Dad.
I've had a lot of great experiences with the Phillies. In '93, in 1980, and again, 2008, and then again, just recently, 2022. I've had a lot of. I unfortunately, I'm going to have to take it back. I'm going to have to go off the grid because I was at the 1983 championship game for the Sixers.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Okay.
So, winning it, being down there for all of that. I wasn't able to attend any of the games when the Flyers won the Stanley Cup, but I did go to the parade.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a bunch. I really can't narrow it down. Most recently, the 2-day event at WrestleMania. I'll probably never ever do that again.
Mom said wrestling's not a real sport, though.
That's what she did say.
I heard that.
She did say. But that's okay. That's okay. It's right at the top.
Okay.
I've had a bunch. I you know what? I gotta pass. I don't have just one. And if I had to pick it, it'd have to be the '83 championship with the Sixers.
Okay.
You were there for the actual clinching game.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, John, what was your answer?
The Game 5.
Game 5, that's right, the World Series.
The two-part. I mean, like your dad said, there is a lot to choose from.
I was at 2 of those games, but not that game.
Right. It's just the 93, was there when Mitch Williams struck out to win the pennant.
Right.
What was it, Bill Picoto, I think it was. And, it's there's a lot of good moments, but I think that one, just because of the uniqueness of it, being a 2-part,
right.
thing, and actually winning it, because being a little bit too young for the '80 World Series as well. So,
Okay.
Lauren, what is yours?
Mine probably has to be. So I have 2 as well, but the one I remember the most is October 2022 when we were at Game 5 that they clinched to go to the World Series and beat the Padres, and when Bryce Harper hit that 2-run home run and that place went insane. I've never experienced anything the whole stadium was jumping. It was electric. So that was probably my favorite, but I was also in attendance when Joe Pa got his 409th win. So
all right.
I was in attendance for that as well. So that was pretty incredible too. So
Yep.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Well, you being up at Penn State as a student, sports journalism major. I mean, you took the Joe Paterno class, you had hands-on experience with all that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That was a good one. That I remember very vividly, them bringing Sue out, and, it was 2 players lifted him up on his shoulders, and he's 85 years old. So everybody's so nervous. But I just remember the build up, the hype. They had T-shirts on the back that counted to 409. So every time they won, you were supposed to cross it off with your Sharpie and keep wearing it to the games. And there was a lot of build up to that. And then when he finally got 409, it was pretty cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. And Sue's doing well. I read a little something about her every now and again. You know what I mean? She's still part of the whole Penn State pageantry up there.
Yeah, I don't know how many football games she gets to, but she is still part of the Special Olympics. So they do the Beaver Stadium run every year in the spring. And so she's very, very involved with that. Yep.
Nice. Very nice. All right. Great show.
Yep.
Johnny, have a goddamn beer on me, buddy. Come on.
There you go.
Have a beer on me.
There you
Or
go.
2. Come on. You got to break the ice.
Nah, if that's happening, it's going to be with my dad and the boys and you. So, just so you're there. But yeah, it would. But no, that's not for me.
Have a great trip. It's take a lot of pictures, do your
Oh,
thing.
you know that.
And I know you've been preparing for this for a while. So
Oh yeah, yep. I got my notepad here with all my questions for all the guys. It's all pretty much filled up. So
you're like our version of Ray Didinger.
Oh, of course. Well, you got to be prepared because you got to look professional when you're doing this.
There you go.
Definitely.
There you go.
It's all good. So yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of this image going on, and when you see this, you'll know to check us out because there'll be a lot of things going on over there, and I'll try to figure out how to get a 45-minute video onto a Facebook page, but yeah, we'll make it all work. So yeah, it should be
just
fun.
Have fun, enjoy your time with the family, and
absolutely,
your Phillies. I mean, this is a lifetime trip. So have a great one and take it all in, man.
Absolutely.
You got time. You got time to rest up when you get back.
Yeah, kinda. we have a couple of busy days when we get back.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll get it done.
Oh, of course, we always
get
do.
It done.
We always do.
All right, guys. We had a great show. I knew it was going to be a lot of talk about the Phillies in London and the great season that they're having, and we're just all lucky to be Philly sports fans, right? We can all agree on that.
Absolutely, that's for sure.
Right.
Yep.
So. Have a great night, safe trip, and we will see everybody next Wednesday night.
Absolutely.
Peace
Same
out.
back channel. See you later.